Imagine a room full of people. There is always that one person who is the loudest. He is telling everyone about his big plans. He is bragging about his new business idea. He is talking about how much money he is going to make, the car he is going to buy, and the gym routine he is going to start on Monday. He dominates the conversation, desperate for everyone to look at him, desperate for validation. Now, look in the corner of that same room. There is another man. He is leaning back. He is relaxed. He is listening. He says almost nothing. He observes everything. When he does speak, the entire room goes quiet to hear him. And when he leaves, nobody knows what his next move is. Who has the power in this situation? The loud one is a clown. He is begging for approval. The quiet one is a king. He needs nothing from anyone. We live in a world that tells you to broadcast everything. Social media wants you to post your breakfast, your workout, your relationship, and your thoughts. But the masters of history, the strategists like Sun Tzu and Miyamoto Musashi, knew a secret that modern men have forgotten. They knew that silence is not just the absence of noise. Silence is a weapon. And today, I am going to teach you how to use it. Before we unlock the power of silence, I need you to make a quiet commitment to your own growth. Smash that like button. It helps us get this wisdom to the men who need it. And if you are tired of the noise and the nonsense, subscribe to Mind of the Master. We are building an archive of power here, and if you are listening to this, you are already part of the brotherhood. Now, let's learn why you must never reveal your plans. The first reason you must learn to shut your mouth is biological. It is a trap in your own brain. Psychology has found a fascinating and dangerous mechanism regarding goal setting. Let's say you have a goal to start a business. You are excited, so you go to dinner with your friends and you tell them all about it. I'm going to launch this brand, it's going to be huge, I've got this great logo idea. Your friends say, wow, that's amazing. You're so smart. Good for you. You feel great. You feel proud. But here is the problem. Your brain releases dopamine, the pleasure chemical, when you tell people your goal. Your brain gives you the reward of success before you have actually done any of the work. You tricked your mind into thinking you already achieved it. And because you already got the reward, your motivation to actually do the hard work evaporates. You wake up the next day and you don't feel like grinding. Why? Because you already got the applause. You celebrated at the starting line. The master never speaks of his goals. He works in the shadows. He denies himself the dopamine hit of validation so that he stays hungry for the real reward of victory. Sun Tzu, the author of The Art of War, wrote, "All warfare is based on deception. If your enemy knows your plans, he can destroy you." Now, you might say, "But I am not at war." You are wrong. Life is competition. You are competing for resources, for positions, for respect. If you tell your coworker your great idea for a promotion, he might steal it. If you tell your casually jealous friend about your relationship troubles, he might use that information to sabotage you. When you are an open book, you are easy to read. And when you are easy to read, you are easy to manipulate. Think about a game of poker. Would you ever turn your cards around and show the table what you are holding? Of course not. That would be suicide. Yet, every day, men walk around showing the world their cards. They tweet their location. They post their weaknesses. They announce their next move. Stop playing with your cards face up. Become a ghost. Let them guess what you are doing. Let them assume you are lazy, while you are outworking them in the dark. The shock of your success should be the first time they realize you were even playing the game. There is a profound power in being unpredictable. Humans are wired to fear the unknown. When you are quiet, people project their own thoughts onto you. If you are in a negotiation and you stay silent, the other person gets nervous. They start to think, does he know something I don't? Is he not impressed? Is he going to walk away? In their nervousness, they start talking. They start revealing their own cards. They start lowering their price. Silence creates a vacuum, and people will rush to fill that vacuum with information. By simply saying nothing, you can extract everything. Miyamoto Musashi practiced this in his duels. He would often stand perfectly still, offering no reaction, giving no sign of when he would strike. This terrified his opponents. They didn't know if he was going to attack left or right. The anxiety of the unknown broke their focus. In your life, use the power of the pause. When someone asks you a question you don't want to answer, look them in the eye and say nothing for 3 seconds. Watch them crumble. Watch them start to explain themselves. Silence is the ultimate mirror. It reflects people's insecurities back at them. Let's talk about the law of power that states, always say less than necessary. The more you speak, the more common you appear, and the less in control. Think about the most powerful characters in movies, or the most powerful leaders in history. Do they chatter? Do they gossip? No. The king speaks once, and his word is law. The jester chatters all day, and nobody listens. When you talk too much, you inevitably say something stupid. You reveal a weakness. You make a joke that lands wrong. You make a promise you can't keep. Words are like bullets. Once you fire them, you cannot take them back. The master treats his words like gold coins. He is stingy with them. He only spends them when it is absolutely necessary. And because he speaks rarely, when he does speak, people lean in. His words carry weight. If you want respect, stop trying to talk your way into it. Silence commands respect. Noise begs for attention. There is also a protective element to silence. We live in an era of cancel culture and constant judgment. People are digging through 10-year-old tweets to destroy careers. They are recording conversations to use against you. The only thing that cannot be used against you is the thing you never said. You cannot be quoted if you remain silent. You cannot be cancelled for a thought you kept to yourself. In a world that is obsessed with taking a stand on every single issue, the most rebellious thing you can do is to have no public opinion. You do not owe the world your thoughts. You do not owe the internet your reaction. Keep your counsel. Guard your mind. Your private thoughts are your fortress. Do not lower the drawbridge for just anyone. Let's look at the concept of the shadow from a strategic perspective. In the animal kingdom, the predator does not announce its presence. The lion does not roar when it is stalking the gazelle. It moves in total silence. It blends into the grass. The only time the gazelle hears the lion is when it is already too late. If you want to achieve big things, if you want to build a massive company, or transform your body, or master a skill, you must adopt the mindset of the predator. Move in silence. Let your results make the noise. There is a specific type of satisfaction that comes from shocking people. Imagine disappearing for 6 months. You stop posting. You stop bragging. You stop going to the parties. You just work. And then, you re-emerge. You walk into the room and you are 20 pounds of muscle heavier. You pull up in the car you said you would buy. You launch the product. You don't have to say a word. The shock on their faces will be louder than any speech you could ever give. That is the way of the master. But silence is not just about external strategy. It is also about internal peace. We talk to drown out our own thoughts. We are afraid of being alone with our own minds, so we fill the air with chatter, music, and podcasts. We are terrified of the void, but Musashi taught that the void is where the power lies. When you stop talking, you start thinking. When you stop explaining yourself to others, you start understanding yourself. Solitude is the forge where strong men are made. If you cannot sit in a room alone, in total silence, for an hour, you are not free. You are a slave to stimulation. You need to reclaim your mind. You need to become comfortable with the quiet, because in the quiet, the truth reveals itself. So, how do we apply this? I am not telling you to become a mute. I am not telling you to be rude. I am telling you to be intentional. Before you speak, ask yourself 3 questions. Is it true? Is it necessary? And is it kind? If it doesn't pass the test, keep it in. When you are in a meeting, be the last one to speak. Listen to everyone else's opinion first. Gather the intelligence. Then, offer the solution. When you are angry, shut your mouth. Anger makes you stupid. Anger makes you say things that will ruin your life. Musashi was a violent man in his youth, but as he mastered the way, he became incredibly calm. He learned that an emotional reaction is a weakness. When you feel the urge to explode, swallow it. Let it burn inside you. Use that heat to drive your actions, not your mouth. I want to give you a challenge for the next 24 hours. It is called the Monk Mode Challenge. For one day, I want you to speak only when it is absolutely required. Do not offer your opinion unless asked. Do not gossip. Do not complain. Do not post on social media. Do not text unless it is for logistics. Observe how much energy you save. Observe how much more you hear. Observe how people react to you. You will feel a buildup of pressure. That pressure is power. It is potential energy that you are usually leaking out through your mouth. Keep it inside. Let it build, and then channel it into your work. The world is full of noise. It is full of weak men screaming to be heard. Do not be one of them. Be the mountain. The mountain does not scream at the wind. It just stands there, and because it stands there, silent and immovable, we look at it with awe. Walk the path of the master. Keep your plans in the dark, until they are bright enough to blind them. If this message resonated with you, if you are ready to embrace the power of silence, I want you to leave a comment below, but keep it short. Write only 3 words: silence is power. Let that be your signal to the other men in this community that you get it. You are done with the chatter. You are ready for the work. And share this video with a friend who talks too much. You might just save him from himself. We are building a legacy here at Mind of the Master. A legacy of action, not words. Thank you for watching. Now, turn off the video. Be quiet, and go build your empire. I will see you in the next one.